Recently, I made a video on how not to be like Azula from Avatar. We're gonna do the same thing, but with Maul, because this guy has a lot of issues. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Everyone knows who Maul is, so I don't gotta say too much about him. That also means you all know how seriously unstable Maul is, even when he gained his sanity back from Mother Talzin. Here's how you don't become like Maul. Number 1, holding on to so much pain for achievement purposes. If you saw the Azula vid, I already know what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, Benti, you already told us in the Azula vid not to hold on to past grudges, it hurts you and stuff. I did tell y'all that, but the reason why Maul holds on to grudges, especially towards Obi Wan, is because Obi Wan cut him in half and he wanted his get back. Granted, we have no idea what Maul went through between then and when Savage Opress found him, but holding on to that revenge made Maul crazy all those years he was on that junk world planet. When Mother Talzin restored Maul's mind and his legs, he used that pain and anger and redirected to building a stronger criminal empire. It might have seemed that Maul was doing really good for himself when he was building his criminal empire with the Death Watch Mandos, Black Sun, and Pike Syndicate. But the main reason he did so was to get to Obi Wan, and this severely undermined Maul's plans. Maul and Viszla always clashed on what they should do with their newfound power and rule, and this will lead to Viszla and Maul eventually fighting it out to figure out who will be the new ruler of the Mandalore Death Watch. Maul won and killed Viszla, but that ended up causing a civil war between the Mandalorians, and this would cut Maul's Death Watch fighting force in half. Lesson here, using pain that hasn't been let go or at least dealt with for the purpose of achieving a goal can blind you from any obstacle that stands in your way as a leader. You're too deep into your emotions to see a logical way of dealing with or accomplishing your goals. First, let that pain go, or deal with the majority of it, move on, then take the steps accordingly to complete your goals. Number 2, not being able to finish the job. I just mentioned previously that the reason why Maul had so much drive to do what he did was to take vengeance on Obi Wan, but he didn't. If you watch Clone Wars for the first time around and were watching those episodes on Maul's rise to power, you would have seen that Maul had Obi Wan in his clutches multiple times and could have killed Obi Wan, but chose not to. Like when Maul and Savage were beating up Obi Wan in their ship, or that scene when Maul killed Satine. Maul wanted Obi Wan to feel the same pain that he did, but little did he know Obi Wan always had the Force on his side. Plot armor. If Maul knew Obi-Wan would appear in the next couple Star Wars shows and movies, he would have ended the Star Wars story right then and there. I would have. I really would. Whenever you have an opportunity right in front of you, most of the time, you should take the initiative and go do something with it. Keyword here is focus. And take all the necessary steps to complete everything that you need to do before it's too late. In Maul's case, his missed opportunities to kill Obi-Wan got him killed by Obi-Wan in Rebels. That's tough. That's really tough. But me personally,
I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
Number 3, hurting others to get one person. Maul has hurt and killed a lot of people just to get to Obi-Wan. Like that time where Maul had killed a whole village of people when sending a hollow message meant for Obi-Wan. Or did it indirectly by having the Pikes and Black Sun mercenaries kill a couple Mandalorian citizens. Everyone around Maul was cannon fodder to him, except for maybe Savage. Because of this, Maul had put himself in a predicament where he has to deal with a civil war amongst the Mandalorians and eventually Ahsoka and Bo-Katan along with their forces, who would eventually arrest Maul. I think the one time Maul didn't want to fight Obi-Wan was in the throne room when he fought against Ahsoka. And he still lost. Again, me personally,
I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
This really goes without saying. Don't hurt others just to achieve a goal or to hurt another person, because for some reason, the universe will always get its get back in more ways than one. Number 4, trusting people from your past to be the same for the present you. Here's what I mean. The scene where Maul and Savage were greeted by and fought Darth Sidious had given the two brothers a run for their money. Maul had said this when his master greeted him.
I have built all this in hopes of returning to your side.
Granted that we can assume that Maul was lying or really scared and shocked judging from his facial features, one thing's for sure, and that's Maul and Savage not seeing that force push coming. Like, bro, I can't be the only one thinking that an old man conjured up a force cannon that made the two grown men struggle to break free from it. Pause. Big pause. We all know what happens to Maul and Savage at the end of it all, but it goes without saying that you should be careful of the people you knew years ago come back into your life. I'm not saying that they will be as aggressive and as deadly as Sidious was to Maul? Hopefully not. But you have no idea what people can be capable of. A friend of yours from a decade ago that you haven't seen in a decade up until you meet up could be a completely different person from what you once knew. In situations like that, vet them out and see if they are still the same person that they were when they were in your life that time ago. And by vet them, I mean see if they might have become toxic. People become toxic for many reasons, but know that it's not your responsibility to carry that toxicity into your life. Stay on guard and protect what Maul didn't have. Peace. I'll be the first one to admit that Maul did strategically, and with the use of brute force, did actually get 3 organizations together to overthrow a government and gain the support of the people. But all the things that I had mentioned previously is what added to his downfall and to his eventual death at the hands of the person that ironically gave him a reason to keep living. In some cases, I do feel bad for Maul, because if what Obi Wan said in this little snippet is true,
I know where you're from. I've been to your village. I know the decision to join the dark side wasn't yours. The Night Sisters made it for you.
Silence!
Then we can all assume that Maul was heavily manipulated when he was younger to be something that he really wasn't supposed to be, had he been given the correct guidance, and the same goes for Savage as well. But I guess it goes without saying, don't let your struggle and deep-seated issues control your life and make you become dark, because like Obi Wan said,
it takes strength to resist the dark side. Only the weak embrace it.
Don't be like Maul and be the strongest individual in all aspects of your life that you can be, that I know you can be as well. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, do all that shit. Remember to join the Discord, link down below in the description. Follow me on Insta if you ever want to get into contact with me. Fellas, I'm out.